My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Arakia Galajerthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as the Kingdom of Gundabad in what is now getting to be quite an old version, even though of course this is still an unreleased version. So much has changed since I started this Gundabad campaign, but here we are continuing on nevertheless. We are about to attack the Valesmen, which in our attempts to avoid attacking the dwarves. We're also going to shortly, hopefully, tie a little bow around the end of Angmar's career, and also get the Valesmen from the west as well as the north. That's the plan. But the dwarves could come at any time now as they border our land, so we've got to watch out for them on the eastern side. You'll note we are besieging the town of Fuerost. It only has 2 turns left. And we are about to attack Morvatarth. But right now we are at end turn, so we shall do that. Now I do plan to start an Angmar campaign for the channel to give you some ideas of how Angmar are going to actually play before 2.3 or whatever the number we'll call it releases. And I appreciate that what I am currently doing is fighting in the exact location and against the same enemies soon that Angmar would likely fight against. So I apologise for that. There'll be a little repetition there, which was partially why I'm also now moving over to the Vale to try and change direction. But also I'd really quite like to train the Ruhrdower units, and of course in the next version, 2.3, all of the Ruhrdower units are totally different to the ones present in this version that you are watching. So I don't feel too bad because I'm showing off older units. Mirkwood and Rohan have gone to war. Also, of course, I don't actually want to go against Ered Luin, nor the Northern Dunedain. I just wanted the men of Ruhrdower, and I realise now that in my haste to kill Angmar, we probably are at a stage where we have no choice but to fight against Ered Luin, which is poor form on my part. Now, do we think that's enough to take the village? We have got King Mazog in there, so go on then. We are getting some troops from Khazad-dum when our money comes in. Berzakul is training, Gundabad is training, and sending people out to the fort. But of course, Bol's Mug is preparing. Although you've got an awful lot of wargs there. I don't know why. Build another watchtower, what the hell. Take those units, so they're not all wargs. What else are you training? Oh, just some pikes. No, yeah. You go for it now.
Objective complete.
It's going to take him 2 turns to get there, sadly. Oh, and there's the dwarves. This is why we need to put pressure on to the Vale swiftly. But we are about to have a fight in Fuerost, because they will rise up and attack us. Otherwise, though, I think, unfortunately, it's just another end turn. Perhaps I should have gone a different way so that this campaign wouldn't step on the toes of the Angmar campaign. But then also, the Angmar campaign, of course, will have entirely different units. The roster is its own roster. There's a new region in the north here, which changes things up a bit, and it is a totally different Angmar to what we know them as. So I suppose the fact that we're fighting some of the same units won't really matter in the long run. But also, of course, let's not forget that as Gundabad, if we are to play this to victory, we need to defeat the 3 dwarven nations, so we've got to fight Ered Luin at some point. And of course we've got to fight Erebor. I just want to be in a position of a bit more power when that point comes. Chief Lungor has got a nothing but trash, and Captain Gazaf also has trash. We don't have a massive army, but we are better than them, and that is what counts. So she'll fight the battle on the battle map. The Ar-Adanaim campaign will, of course, give way to the Angmar campaign. Excuse me, sorry. And so I won't start Angmar until the Ar-Adanaim has completed. But, of course, we are getting really very close down to the last throes of that campaign. So it'll be soon. Also, I don't want to start Angmar until we really have finished all of the bits and bobs we've been adding to them. And there's a few other bits and pieces to work out. So I don't want to rush into it only to then have loads of new stuff added in a few days. But I'm not too concerned with some of the sort of visual aspects. Like I would quite like campaign strategy models to have been set up by the time we come to play. But I'm not overly concerned about the actual battle map models, because it is very unlikely we will fight in our own battle maps, of course. If you were fighting against Angmar, you would fight in their custom or their unique battle maps for their cities and towns and castles. But if you're playing as them, you rarely ever fight in your own because you go out and meet the enemy head on. It's rare that you let an enemy actually siege you out. So I doubt you'd see them very much if we're playing as Angmar. So I don't prioritise those as much as others. And finally, Bog's champions. Ah, bugger. There we are. I'd like everyone to run as well, please, if you could. Get into positions quickly. Go for it. You are not running because you're not available. There we are. Everybody run! Everybody run! Oh, it's really coming in with that fog, isn't it? Can't see anything. Fortunately, we're given a little bit of time, as always, because when an enemy leaves a town, they always go into this strange bunching up. It seems like the enemy can only move in formations. I think that is what the problem is. So they can't individually tell units to do certain things until a certain point is reached. And at the moment, what they're trying to do is get their units into formation, and they won't change that until they deem the threat level to be high enough to actually do something. Is my guess. I don't know anything really about the battle AI. It's an area, again, that I have no knowledge. I'm really liking that red, those red icons on the white. It's so much more visible than the green ones were to me. Don't know what they're doing over there. They're just running away. Oh dear. Fighting against the AI is... Oh, that's a cool shot, isn't it? Should make it a little bit cooler. Doon, doon, doon. Fog on the Barrow Downs. Oh, I tell you what I might do as well, actually, which I think I can do here. Yes, is drop these down to the speeds at which I had them for the top 10 video. So that it's not as... Let's go a little lower. It does mean you have to use more buttons if you actually want to go quickly, but at least it means that general moving around like that is no longer as jarring and as almost sickening. But as you know, there's a button, if you may well know, if you play the game a lot. In the controls, there is a button for move forward fast, separate from the move forward button, and it just lets you obviously move forward at a run rather than... it makes you move forward like that rather than that. There you can see the difference there. Also, of course, if you use your mouse cursor, your mouse at the same time as using the keyboard controls, it also spins you quicker as well. So it can still get around quickly, but it just means that general viewing of the battle map is no longer as... what word am I after? Motion sickness-like. Motion sicknessy. Right, it's time to run into the enemy line and pull our archers out. Schnellwalks. Can't see who I've been selected in a minute. The map is horrifically covered in fog. Also, the AI has come at us almost entirely on our right-hand side and is ignoring our left, which is annoying. Orc versus Orc. Children of Melkor against one another. What is this disarray? This civil war? Oh, look, Mountain Orc Hunters. They've been given a new design. They don't look like that anymore. Oh, you guys ran to the flank and then didn't you? Yes. Snagger going down. Archers, you in position? Yes, you are. Good. Right, Mazog, you move out to the left. Mountain Guard! You guys move into the middle. There they are. Hordes of lowly... Also, I suppose, well, fighting against Angmar, I'm very keen to show you, because this will be the last time you see Angmar in this iteration. Because, of course, they are now a human faction, with barely any orcs represented at all. So it is good to see what Angmar did used to have to offer. Are they ours? No, they're Marauders. Who is out there amongst them, though? Oh, the Mountain Orc Hunters, of course. Whoops. Just committed and lost our best unit. We're winning on that flank, though. Oh, it's closer than I thought. At the minute, I just can't see anything. I don't know what is going on. I'm not a very good commander. You may well know this about me by now. Right, Mountain Guard, you move over and plug that gap. Bolts champions, you move in and get ready as well. We'll send in the reserves and hit them with fresh elite units, which will give us a nice edge. Now our general is fighting. Snagger Stalkers. As our archers still fire. How they know what to shoot at is beyond me. Oh, I suppose from their level though, actually. It's not too bad, is it? Just kind of make sure you give it 45 degrees and hope something's on the other end of it. Who's that there? Rudau Hillman, not worried about that. There you go, hit those marauders. Mounting guard. Into positions. Ah, yes, it's clearing. Support our more orc marauders. Or charge into the middle there and just hit both sides at once. Perfect. Pushing the line up. That right hand side will not have any trouble, I don't think. Although if we can get our javelin troops out, I would quite like that. Use the snow orcs to pick up the difference. No, they've used all their javelins on that side, so that's right. Ah, look, we're winning down the middle. I do think we were. I mean, I don't. I at no point was concerned we would lose because whilst they do outnumber us, trash is always trash. And even though they've got a general keeping them going, it's just never enough. You need more. You need more, and they've not got it. So we shall win. Holding them at bay over there, though. Now, something that I am very cautious of today, in today's episode, and moving forward, is that when I was recording the developer diary, my microphone, my entire video recording, sorry, just stopped after 30 minutes. But you'll note that the video is longer than that. And I recorded all of it in one go, and then I was going to edit it afterwards. And my recording just stopped at 33 minutes, but the little icon that Nvidia gives me telling me that it is recording stayed up the whole time, which is the most worrying feature, because then I've literally got no way of knowing if this recording has cut out at some random point and I'm then just lost, say, 15 minutes of recording or whatever. And it's really got me worried, or not worried, but it's the kind of thing that really annoys me, you know, because then you've got to go back and try and load up a save at a certain point and try and create a coherent video when you've essentially just lost half of it. So that's a very real threat at the moment. Oh look, they've gone right down the middle. You jammy buggers. But they've literally just walked into a trap I didn't even realise we'd had set. Oh yes, Mazog was able to pull his orcs out. And that heavy dwarven armour slams into the side of the bodyguards, and almost immediately they are quaking. I've seen quite a few people recently argue that our morale stats are so high, and that it is so unrealistic to see these units fighting on as if the devil himself is behind them with a whip. And to that, I have always just thought back of all the times I've played battles, and I just can't fathom that mentality. If anything, I am firmly of the belief that the morale is still too low. I appreciate that units are not happy with various changes in the battle, and they are likely to break if things start to go poorly for them. But oftentimes you'll see units break before the enemy has even met them in battle, and you just think, like, that's just, they would at least fight for a bit before they break. But personally, I don't think anything is wrong with our morale system. Like, this army we're fighting here, they fought relatively well, they fought on, their general has died, now everyone is routing. That's as it should be. But it seems to be the suggestion from some people that essentially units should rout as soon as the battle starts to slightly go ill, and I just think that's way too soon, I don't know. But morale is something that unfortunately you'll never get right, because it's just an opinion. That's the problem with all of this stuff. That's why I would never do game creation as a living, because you take it so personally. But it's always opinion based, isn't it? One person would think that units should break immediately, another thinks otherwise. And the problem is that people take opinions and then just become massive dicks about it, if you'll pardon my French. And that's where the problem lies. My opinion is that morale is fine. Some people's opinion is that morale is bad. Some people express that opinion in a discussion-based format. And then actual healthy discussion is had around the morale stats. And we talk about the various game features and why we think the morale should be where it is. And other people just call us utter ridiculous idiots for ever thinking that any battle system like this ever would actually be realistic. And you just think to yourself, like, are you for real? And it's just so disappointing, isn't it? That's the problem with the internet. It's opened us up to people who otherwise we would never have to interact with. But there we are. Rant over. I like this. I'm happy with this. The enemy trying desperately to reach the town square as our own forces stand in the doorway. I'm surprised we haven't won yet. Something must still actually be fighting on. Oh, I bet there's archers somewhere shooting us, aren't there? Yes, they're right there. Who's that over there? Orc fellas. Who are you? Archers. We don't really want to use archers. Let's get those raiders back. And we've got some of them knocking around somewhere. Who's going on over here? Snagger stalkers. Oh, those are the units we're pulling back. Oh, brilliant. You go and help kill the Snagger stalkers. You guys just come and stand here. Pull away from the gate. Alright, let's speed this up. This is over. Stand your ground. Get ready to flank, please. It's on. Get them. I imagine they will break.
Very much in our favor.
Yep, and there we are. Right, so now we've just got to wait for them to keep coming back from the town square and thinking better of it. But we don't really want to actually have to do that, so let's try and push the square. Capture what you can. Thank you very much.
Victory will be ours.
Oh, we've got to wait for them to open the gate. There it is. Go, 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 go. Push in. Finish this. We're going to have to actually slog through just because they constantly find the more reason to fight on. That's what's broken, and annoyingly, that's what we can't change. When they get back to the town square, of course, they find new meaning to life, and they come at you again. Whereas in truth, once they've broken, they should just stay broken and just wait in the middle for their end. So that in situations like this, it just gives you the win. You don't have to slog through.
Our men have taken control of the city.
Our elites finish it up. Yes, there we go. 543, and we slew 3,167. I'm not going to check who got the most. I should have done, and I just didn't. Sorry. That is, of course, the 5 wizards. The Istari. Singular Istar. I don't roll my R's enough. Having listened to a couple of voice clips of Tolkien speaking, one of them was Quenya, and the other, of course, is the Ring Inscription. He rolls his R's like there is no tomorrow, and it's a habit I do not possess at the moment. Was that a faction error, or did we just kill another leader? Because I could really do with Angmar just calling it a day now, to be honest. Ah, Skog, what a nice image you have. I won't take you on, though. We've got loads of generals. Oh, Angmar Wanes. Yes, we're getting down to it. That normally means they've gone down to 3 regions, and also normally means the last stand will kick in shortly.
Ready.
Which we do not want. Oh, goodness gracious. No. No, 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 no. No, please. No, please, no. Spare me!
Get ready for fighting.
Oh, did I call him Mazog a few times? I didn't know. Mazog's over here, isn't he? Wrong family member. Oh, we haven't got any money. That is a massive Ered Luin force. Our victory conditions, that I am right in thinking that, aren't I? Yeah, the 3 dwarves. So we do have to fight Ered Luin. So that was also part of the reason why I pushed through Angmar. Although we could have gotten Angmar to do most of the heavy hitting while we waited.
Get ready for fighting.
And I suppose there is no point in stirring the wrath of the Vale whilst we currently have... We should be taking on the dwarves. Oh, let's just do it. It may well seal our fate, but let's just do it. Oh, we might as well wait a turn. Oh, that's as far as you can go anyway. They're going to get some archers in a turn, so we'll take those out. I'd really like Bolg's champions coming with me, please. Change your location to over there so you step outside. I can't add anything else to you. We'll go for it. We'll push for the dwarves. We'll actually try for once in our miserable lives. I'm not that negative, really. Sorry, it just seemed to fit the flow. I'm actually going to try and achieve the victory conditions this time. I think to date I have done many campaigns on this channel. That was within commas. And I have not yet completed any campaign except the Northern Dunedain. And the reason I remember the Northern Dunedain is because the game crashed when I tried to destroy the ring at the end of the campaign, and I had to re-record the last episode after having fixed the ring so that I could show you what happens when the ring gets destroyed. I remember that campaign being 50 episodes or so long, and the Ardennian very recently overtook it as the longest campaign on the channel. Oh goodness, Angmar, just cut the tether that is holding you down and fly, my friends. Be free. Chief Ishkar, the faction heirs. There's another leader knocking around somewhere else. Now, we haven't got the greatest, but we have got Mazog, and we've got 2 very good archer units. And this is the garrison of Morva Tarth, so if we kill this, Tarth is ours. So let's try. There was a lot of men of Ruadaur in there, and they are better. They are good and strong units. But we'll give it our best shot. Now, we have the benefit of being the defenders. This hill here looks relatively passable. No, I don't know. It's not necessarily about being on a hill, it's about being on a slope. So the enemy could be higher than you, but if they have to go down and then up to reach you, so i.e. through a small valley or a delve, you still get the bonus. But looking around the map, that does seem to be the best bet, doesn't it? That or trying to pull up to there. Well, no, because if we pull up to there, we lose that slope. If they're coming from over there, though, actually, we might be able to get them on that slope there. Yeah, let's go for that. Yes, perfect. So we're going to go for this. Get our 2 archer units, lovely line of sight on the top of that hill there. Don't do that, please. Raiders, you're going to take the brunt. And then we've essentially got 3 flanking units. So let's get them ready. You're going to go that way. Pale Uruks, you're going to go left. And Wargs will stand you at the back and move you where we need you. Right, this battle is quite important, so let's hope and pray we're able to pull it off. There's an annoying feature of the sprites there. Unfortunately, it can only show 1 sprite. And so a unit that has multi-colours, like the Wargs, it has, for whatever reason, chosen white rather than grey. Or what I think it has actually done is taken, because when you create the sprites, it makes multiple versions of them from all different angles. And it merges, it takes the unit's actual appearance and kind of plays around with it and merges it. And so what I think it has actually done there is it has taken essentially an average colour. It's taken, I don't know how it would have worked it out, but that Warg sprite is neither white nor grey. But of course the units themselves are white or dark grey, and so I think it's taken like the median colour and given that to the sprites. Anyway, there we are, sorry, spriteless and over. What on earth are they doing over here? You attack me, where are you going? Are they pulling out? Oh no, are you actually going to go and stand miles away? Because you definitely attacked me. Oh, fools. Oh, this is so annoying as well, because then it means I have to edit the video. Oh no, I think they've just got the memo. One of the lesser orcs maybe just... well, you know those times when you really want to say something to your boss, and you just really don't know. You check it in your head so many times. Should I say that? Like, surely my boss knows that is a key point of well, in my case, law. Like, surely he knows that. I don't need to remind him of that. Should I say that? Does it just make me sound like I'm telling him something he already knows? And that is essentially what has happened here, but it has paid off. Someone has pulled Ishka aside and said, Ishka, I think we're actually attacking them. Do you think we should maybe walk towards them? And Ishka has given it a few seconds of thought and agreed. So they are now coming towards us. But, of course, it doesn't always go that way. And sometimes you do say something and you get a nasty quip in reply. Like, yes, thank you, I was aware of that. But, I'm killing time, of course, while we wait for the stupidity of the AI to pass and let them get to us. Because I really don't want to have to edit the video. It adds so much time to the process, and I'm sorry, but I'm so used to just pressing the record button, playing for 30 minutes, and then stopping the record button. And that's what I'm hoping to take effect here. I do like Rudawa, though. I really do like their design. Oh, and I think I actually prefer the slower camera. All these years of nipping around the battlefield. But you really just get to appreciate the units when you actually slow it down. And I mean, call me controversial, but I think even now, this game visually still holds up. You don't play this game and feel like you are being sent back into the 90s or the early 2000s, like you do with games like Heroes of Might and Magic, for example. Obviously number 3. I just don't think visually it is that bad. The units are really identifiable. They don't just look like messes. They don't look like sprites, for example. I mean, if you take a look at the sprites, if we go back to our little sprite story, and you look at the army of sprites, that is essentially what Shogun 1, Ro, and Med 1 actually looked like on the battlefield. Although I don't think Med 1 had battlefield combat, did it? I can't remember, but Shogun 1 definitely did, and it was literally just sprites. There weren't 3D. It was a load of 2D men running around, and it looked like that. But when you then realise that this is what it looks like for us, it's just so much better. I don't know, sorry, I'm having one of those moments where I'm looking at my game and just thinking, gosh, this is so nice. I thoroughly enjoy this Lord of the Rings setting. Anyway, it's on now. We need to win this, men, so everyone stand ready. Who have you chosen to shoot? Axeman and Hillman. Yeah, that's alright, I suppose. Oh, another thing I should say is if you've watched the developer diary, and you may have recalled that I mentioned that we are going to release the next version as a patch and not as a standalone version. Well, we're currently in discussion as to whether or not we actually will do that, or if we will release it as a standalone. Excuse me, sorry. And our reasoning is thus. At the moment, to play the latest version of Divide and Conquer 2.2, you have to first download Part 1 and Part 2 of version 2.1. You then have to install patch 2.2. So, to then release another patch, in order for newcomers to install 2.3, they will have to install 4 separate files. And I think, as you can probably all agree, that is a shed load of files for a mod. Whereas if we release it as a standalone version, it will go back down to just needing 2 files to play. So I am coming around to the idea a great deal. It also means that I can redo the installation video properly, and means that I can point to large address aware immediately. It can be the first thing I say in the installation video, so that we stop getting these constant comments about their game crashing and then immediately being fixed by installing large address aware, which people just don't do. And also, I can then do an installation video that includes things like the axe thrower fix in it, because a lot of people don't listen to the video, and it's pointless putting things in the video because people don't listen to them. But I should at least trust that people might. What's happened there? Ah, Chief Ishka has gone down, and they are fleeing the scene in droves. Oh, they really are. Oh, don't charge the pikes, though. You'll be dying about that.
Very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Oh, goodness. Ishka. See, people tell me that these units rout too easily. We've been in battle for like 2 seconds, and their whole army has routed. Tell me that is units routing too slowly. They had their faction heir. I appreciate, though, the faction heir dying is a huge, huge morale hit, and units take it really badly.
They have lost half their men.
Come on. You're faster than them. You are on a warg. Get in front of them and then cut back in. No, we're not finishing yet. There we are. Go for them. You turn on the orc fellas. How many have we got? 69. No, we need more. Go, 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 go. Stop. Why are you stopping? Oh, God, you have to nanny them for everything. Oh, that was brilliant, though. That was perfect execution. You munched your way through those hillmen. And cut left. Yes! You thought you were getting away, you scum. Sorry, I say scum way too much. There's some more orc fellas. What have we got up to? 89. Get one of them. Ah! Get them, get them, get them. Look at them snaking across the land like moles. Anyway, that will do. We've got the general already. Epic victory. 278 kills, Snow Orc Scouts. 272 Snow Orc Scouts. No one else came anywhere near that. But if we go to captured, 418 by the Wild Marauders, and the Pale Orcs took 254. So, in terms of enemies that were actually taken out of action, the Wargs won. But in terms of enemies actually slain, the Archers, of course, won, as always. Archers always taking that top spot. There is an image, of course, of the Ents attacking the Tower of Orthanc, as it appears in the artist's imagination. I believe that that is... Oh, I've forgotten his name, and that's so bad. One of the main Lord of the Rings artists. Everybody knows them. I want to say Ted. Oh, come on. I'm sure I've got his sketchbook up here somewhere. No, can't see it. If I have got it. No, it's on the bookshelf downstairs. It's going to come to me, and I'm just going to blurt it out. Oh, the Angmar Last Stand army has indeed spawned, and it does indeed spawn in Angmar, and it's currently standing next to Shadoon, laughing at the pitiful garrison of that town. At least it only comes once, though. We know that once we've killed it.
I'm gonna stick you.
Take the buggers. Right, let's just have a little look around before we commit to...
Get ready for fighting.
I'm still going for the dwarves, I don't care.
Regroup, you louts.
We'll have more money shortly, so we're going to need this army, because we are going to need for someone to finish the Angmar force, because our main army, of course, is on the other side, about to worry about dwarves.
No sleeping here.
Get inside that fort, and then we don't have to pay your upkeep. Oh, that is so annoying.
I'm gonna stick
Snow trolls as well. Oh, to top it all off, the full Ruadal complement as well. They're going to murder us. Oh, but the dwarves buggered off.
Ready. This way.
Didn't fancy it.
Get ready for fighting.
I don't really want to lose my faction heir in a random backwater town. So, Grishnak, you're going to remain as the defender of the western borders.
Objective
and Gerzog, you are going to return and control the army we're building to kill that last stand.
No
but I do need towers.
Objective complete.
So let's get some of that set up.
Get ready for fighting.
The dwarves have not got much in Garth Heligoth, I note, but we don't want to incur their wrath just yet. We need to really... Well, I'll tell you what, the army we build over here, we'll kill Gorshag with it, then we'll go west. We will kill Erod Luin, we'll try and get them out early doors, then we can turn full attention on going down the mountains and hunting down Khazad-dum, who should only be in Khazad-dum. And at which point, our invasion and incursions east should have gained momentum.
No sleeping here.
So that's the plan. Another new chief. Faction heirs. Oh, and look at that. Just trash. Trash, 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 trash. Let's do it. Let's win one of the greatest battles of our time. Against the filthy Angmarim horde. I tell you what I am going to do as well, El Monstero, if you're listening, or indeed if you're not. At the moment there are 73 loading screens in version 2.3. We cut them down from El Monstero's around 400 loading screens because they take up so much space. And we want to keep the installer at 2 files if possible. But what I think I will do is probably double the number and maybe go to about 150 or so. Because having played through these campaigns, I do know I've seen a lot of the same images, and it's time to get a bit more variety, I think. Right, pause it. Don't use the archers. We're going to win this, first of all, by just rushing the buggers. So, Gerzog, Mazog, which one are you? Mazog, go that way. You guys go that way. You guys go that way. And just move the wargs and the archers up. Speed up. We definitely don't need any special... Oh, I don't know. We probably could reduce their numbers a tad. Get the archers together. We've got a lot of time before the backup arrives, actually, so... Get a couple of volleys in there. Let's soften them up a bit. Why are you doing arcing shots? They're literally standing in front of you. Right, perfect. Now pull out. Stop what you're doing. You guys charge. Paleorix, you come in. You guys come in from that side. Wargs, we're not going to... Wargs, in fact, you are going to harass the enemy as they come. So let's move you over to the other side. Everyone else getting into positions. Brilliant. I just know that they've got a shed load of trash, so... And archers are perfect for killing trash. Couple more volleys. Right, you go and help our general. They should help finish with those. Right, stop what you're doing. Kill the bodyguards.
The enemy force remains.
Coming on right in the back. Yes, perfect. And their armor piercing. And he's going to get absolutely massacred. And he does nicely. Perfect. Right, archers. We've taken the town. So let's pull you out over there. Get yourselves ready. You are going to be able to fire at will. Oh, the bodyguards have steadied themselves. And he's dead. Let's finish these fellas off, please. Get them to break.
Our men are in command of the city.
We've taken the town. Oh, actually, we could win by, potentially, just keeping the enemy at bay, can't we? 5 minutes. Right, run yourselves out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get these wargs and start peppering. So you guys are going to stay behind because we haven't really got any armor-piercing foes to face. Oh, I'll tell you what as well. We might as well. We've got... They are apparently walking to the town centre, so... Let's take the fight to them. Are we directly in front of them? Yeah. Let's make our line a bit more in their path. We'll use the archers as well if we need to. I mean, there are a lot of them. Right, wargs, let's get some charging in. Time to feast. Oh, they have an excellent range. Can't help but notice that you're not actually running. You are just slightly walking. Does the animation not have a run animation? Oh, no, there we are. They just don't charge until the last minute. What? What's gone on there? And they killed... about 50 or so. That's not bad. They're really not as quick as I thought, though. I don't know what... Something is definitely bugged about that animation, I think. Feel free to run. They're definitely not going to get to the town centre, are they? They're going to go through our troops. Oh, except those ones are routing. Oh no, they've changed.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Halberdiers there, hit them. Archers keep up the fire. Wargs pull out. Only 35 seconds. No, you can capture those guys. We got these ones on the run around, and it is over. Yes! We killed 688 of them. Goodness. 160 kills. Paleorix. Well done. 170. So no one's out. Oh, of course. Archers again. But the wargs did capture 295. And they only lost a few for their trouble. That's not bad. Not bad at all, I don't think. Excellent victory. Excellent victory! Looks so defeated, doesn't he? Just hanging there. Hey, what's up? How long have you been here? Oh yeah, quite a while. Quite a while. The view must have been spectacular, though. Although it must be pretty chilling, I suppose. Having only a rag. I mean, there's... Even if there's not even that much wind, and the sun not even on you most of the time, with the shade of the mountains. Yeah, that was a... Oh, you beautiful buggers. 2 units of Bolg's champions. We might have a chance against the dwarves. Nice. Morvatarth, our little elite army, running around the world. Killing everything in its path. Oh, hold on. Do we get that, or do we get Ruadar men from this building or from the barracks? I can't remember. I don't think we do. You get that building specifically. No, we don't. We don't. We definitely don't. We get the units, not the building. I don't know what is making our units be able to be retrained. We must have built something somewhere else that is giving experience to units here. But I think Angmar now only have this town left. Now, of course, they're probably soon going to take Khazad-dum, but I think we've got them down to 1.
No sleeping here.
Hope we can kill them.
Objective complete.
I'd like a town there. Excuse me, sorry. Right, well, that concludes today's episode. It's a little longer than intended, but that's fine. I'm enjoying it. We've got a clear game plan now. We're going to defeat Ered Luin. We're then going to take the mountains by storm and take Khazad-dum. And at the same time, our Eastern legions are going to take down the dwarves of Erebor before they get too powerful. We're going to have to take Daintal's Sharpish. All the while, we have to just pray to Melkor, the spirit of Sauron, anyone that can bless us, that the Anduin do not attack us in that time. At least let us defeat Ered Luin before they come for us. Now, we also need to be at war with the Northern Dunedain to train the men of Ruadar once Angmar is defeated. So there is also that unfortunate caveat that that they may take the war more seriously than I do, so they might actually attack us, whereas I just need to be at war with them. I don't care about actually spilling blood. I just need our 2 nations to technically be at war. But we shall see. But anyway, for now, that will conclude this episode. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. If you have any questions, please do pop them in the comments below. Feel free to come and join us on Discord or Total War Center. Try to avoid Mod DB if possible. You can't follow me on anything else because I'm not on anything else, so I can't give you a usual spiel that others do at the end of their videos. But until next time, Navarne den Perimad Melonin, and farewell.